Warning. This episode of Saw Reviews contains scenes of violence against children and strong horror themes. Viewer discretion is advised. In the last episode of Halloween of the Dead.
Gestern ist irgendwie ein grüner radioaktiver Tiger in Hamburg unterwegs und der hat angefangen, Leute anzugreifen.
Could have done with a bit more violence.
Oh shit.
Rise and shine.
Whoa, dude, watch where you're pointing at, thing.
Oh, sorry. Was für eine Tageszeit haben wir?
Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Of the Dead.
Right.
Seriously? We literally just survived the night. This has to be it, right?
Ugh.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, great. Ah.
Also, ich höre zwar was, aber die scheinen nicht zu wissen, dass wir hier drin sind. Für den Moment. Was ist?
Yeah, it's trying to figure out this secret he's on about. Just can't figure it out. This thing's not helping.
Jesus, du, das sieht echt nicht gut aus. Wir müssen dich zu einem Arzt bringen.
Fat chance.
Halt die Fresse! Was bist du überhaupt?
Someone you shouldn't trifle with if you value your lives.
So what now?
You think you've got what it takes?
Let's do this.
As you wish.
Night of the living dead has ended. Dawn of the dead is here.
Welcome back, ghosts and ghouls, to episode 2 of Halloween of the Dead. When we last left off, we checked out the classic zombie film by George A. Romero, Night of the Living Dead. Some time has passed and society is rapidly transcending into chaos and anarchy. The state is desperately trying to contain the mysterious outbreak, but is unable to stop it. The news media is overwhelmed, and the stations are struggling to maintain their presence. A group of survivors make their daring escape in a helicopter. For now, it still seems that mankind is fighting the good fight against the hordes of the undead. But the tides are rapidly turning against them, and the zombies are reaching innumerable masses. The heroes barricade themselves in a mall and manage to live a seemingly normal life until a band of marauders overruns the mall, leading to casualties on both sides, and ultimately, zombie carnage. The surviving heroes leave to find another place to call home, if there is anything left to travel to.
Ui, das ging aber schnell. Alter, was geht mit unseren Farben ab?
Not even bothering anymore.
That is the broad summary of the film. But what is so special about Dawn of the Dead? Let's take a closer look. The film was released on the 20th of April 1978 in the States, and on the 2nd of August 1979 in Germany with the alternate title Zombie. It also carried the same name in Italy.
Italy?
Zombie was released in Italy on the 1st of September 1978.
That's nice.
You will understand soon enough. The film was directed once again with Romero at the helm and is considered by many to be the magnum opus of Romero's Dead series.
Meint nicht Living Dead series?
No, it's actually right here.
Following Night of the Living Dead, Romero and his former co-writer John Russo, you know, this guy, parted ways in 1968, and through a lengthy court battle, Russo was given the rights to the Of the Living Dead credits, while Romero continued with the Of the Dead franchise, starting with Dawn. Russo would later work with director Dan O'Bannon to create the 1985 comedy horror Return of the Living Dead, which further expanded common zombie lore and featuring the iconic line,
A trait that has been commonly connected with zombies to this day. What?
The budget of Dawn of the Dead was higher, and the action was upped considerably. There were more zombies, more violence, and a lot more intervention by the German film regulatory body.
Come on!
Okay, so what was the damage?
The regulatory body saw it fit to cut down the film from its initial 127 minutes down to 104 minutes, using the already reduced Argento cut.
Oh, for God's sake. Wait, Argento? Do you mean?
Indeed. Italy's master of thrill himself, Dario Argento.
Wer? Dario Argento? He's this massively influential director from Italy?
he's best known for his filmography between the 1970s and 80s, with his most popular films being classics such as The Bird with the Crystal Plumage from 1969 and Suspiria from 1977. He also co-wrote for Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West, aka
Spiel mir das Lied vom Tod. Ich kann auch über Filme reden. Bisschen.
Impressive. But yes, Dario Argento invested $250,000 to the film's overall $1.5 million budget to help Romero, who was struggling to find investors for the film. In return, he was allowed to release his own cut of the film and release it in non-English speaking countries. He even provided music by his long-term collaborators, the band Goblin, creating the iconic soundtrack. He did, however, keep out of the active production process in respect of Romero, and only visited the set once.
Wow.
Yeah. Scheiße, Mann. Dirk, mach weiter!
Happily. As a result, Argento released his own non-English version of the film, clocking in at 118 minutes, which removed many of the dialogue-driven scenes, humor, and presented the film in a far darker tone. The German version took this version and removed nearly all scenes of excessive violence, which are extensive, as you might have noticed. With the higher budget, they were able to go all out with the violence. Most of these were practical effects done by special effects guru and horror icon Tom Savini, who was meant to supervise the effects in the previous film, but was called out to active service as a photographer during Vietnam. His experiences in the field have heavily contributed to his understanding of violence and its depiction on film. You will see some of his gory highlights throughout these reviews. Delicious.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Oh yeah.
Savini also cameos in the film as a zombie spitting blood on the windscreen of a truck. His more popular cameo, however, is as the invading Marauders leader Blades, making short work of the zombies with the help of his trusty machete.
Say goodbye, Creed.
Gute Idee. Nimm, schmeiß den Kegel her.
But despite the amazing gore effects and the startlingly red blood, the zombies appear, well... Savini intended to make them appear grey, as there was no color reference in the first film, but regretted the decision after the final product. However, there are several impressive zombie designs in the film, and practical effects that have remained striking to this day.
Okay.
Similar to the first film, the zombies in Dawn of the Dead also reflect a social-political message of the time. Besides further developing the zombies as in the first film, Romero also introduced audience to the common trope of fighting zombies in a shopping mall, which has become another staple of the genre.
Wo soll jetzt der soziopolitische Kommentar hin?
Topical. Well, the mall and the zombies need to reside in it are both meant to represent the grotesque mass consumerism of the late 70s and early 80s. The mall in question is located in Pennsylvania and was used for filming after closing hours. By the morning, everything had to be restored to its rightful place and cleaned up. A mammoth endeavor given the later carnage. In addition, Romero kept the sets purposely gaudy, and the acting comes across like a comic book character's dialogue.
Wake up, sucker. We're thieves and we're bad guys. That's exactly what we are.
Lulling us in a false sense of security before sweeping the rug from under us. This is perfectly accentuated by the use of the film's fantastic soundtrack provided by the band Goblin. The soundtrack covers everything from unsettling horror and terror to somber, poignant moments that make us feel for both the human characters and even the zombies following their destruction during the mall takeover. The film also provided us with the iconic track, The Gong, to close up the film and have the zombies return back to their world of mass consumerism.
I wonder if that theme will ever become a trend online. Ich hasse dieses Lied.
The lingering zombies' memories of the mall further illustrates the development of Romero's zombies in the series, and even sheds an empathetic look on the zombies as they are mocked, gunned down, and executed. According to actor Ken Forey, who plays Peter, this scene was very difficult to shoot due to the grim subject of having to kill children. Those children, by the way, being Savini's own niece and nephew. Oh, Tom Savini, you awesomely insane man. Though child killing is not the only uncomfortable scene of the film, as it often places the heroes into close encounters with the undead, including a jump scare that catches me off guard to this day. The heroes are often pushed to their physical and mental limits and act as most of us would after surviving such an encounter.
You alright?
Perfect, baby. Perfect.
Illustrating the brittle state of the world, which is slowly descending into complete chaos. This helps elevate the characters from regular zombie chow to characters we care about, making the next point all the more poignant. The illustration of Romero's zombie evolution in the transformation of two of the main characters. Roger, played by Scott H. Reininger, transforms into a zombie after being bitten earlier in the film, leading to one of the film's most iconic shots following his death, and Peter having to face additional psychological trauma after having to kill him once more, something that nearly causes him to give up at the end. This being triggered by yet another iconic transformation, this time by the film's third male protagonist, Stephen. Stephen, played by David Enger, doesn't just offer the definitive zombie shuffle, but also emphasizes the zombie's ability to remember aspects of their past life, as he leads the zombie horde to their hideout post-mortem. Like Roger, Stephen also has to be put down by Peter. The fact that we got to know these characters so well and watch them grow from potential enemies, like in the first film, to allies and later friends, makes these turns even more devastating. As I have gone into detail in The Night of the Living Dead, the film series will continue to star strong African American characters like Peter, but also increasingly strong women like Francine and Dawn.
Really? The girl who is completely useless half of the time and doesn't even help Stephen when he's attacked?
You think so? Well, Francine does indeed start off like Barbara at first. Vulnerable, not really equipped for the situation.
You really got it made here, friend.
And entirely dependent on the men to survive. But she changes over the course of the film by her own agency. She learns how to shoot and becomes a proficient marksman. She learns to fly the helicopter, which ultimately becomes their salvation. And all of this...
She's pregnant.
Yup, Fran is pregnant throughout all of this. And unlike the later remake, it doesn't just use her pregnancy for a zombie baby payoff. Not that it wouldn't have been appreciated, mind you. As such, Francine represents the stepping stone of Romero's female protagonists, from damsels in distress to capable heroines. Where Stephen further encapsulates the evolution of the Romero zombies who started from mindless hordes to increasingly menacing adversaries.
Jetzt hast du nochmal die Idioten klassifizieren.
You will find out soon enough.
Dude! Are you alright?
Nothing, sir. What is that?
Cringer?
Well, wasn't that shocking? Thank you everyone for joining us in another episode of Halloween of the Dead. It was a lot of fun to make, and we can't wait to bring you the conclusion with our final review of Day of the Dead. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out some of our other videos. Take care of yourselves, and have yourself a happy Halloween.